You see, as a Nigerian, if you have never ever be grateful for one thing, I mean, if you are a well-meaning Nigerian, if you've never ever be grateful for one thing, but for at least be grateful for President Donald Trump of the United States of America for issuing the threat or the promise he has made to come into Nigeria to salvage the situation. Even if they end up or eventually end up not coming into this country, they've already done so much more than the Nigerian government could ever have done in their entire existence. So many things has come to limelight and many are still coming. Now, let's start by this issue of government officials and their lies. Because it is obvious, the world now know that Nigerian government is complicit in the terrorism in Nigeria, right? I saw this news. It says the Chinese ambassador, I'm waiting to call him. It said Chinese ambassador meets Nigeria NSA, that is Nigeria National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu, pledges support to fight terrorism. That's what you are saying here now. And my question now is this. Which support? Do Nigeria government actually need support? Of course they don't. Because firstly, even as we speak now, they are still denying that there is no genocide, there is no killing of people in Nigeria. That the narrative that Donald Trump is acting upon is a false narrative being propagated by the opposition political party. That's what they are saying. So somebody that is telling you that they don't have a problem, nothing is happening, which support are you going to give to such a person? I'm asking the Chinese now, because who I no longer understand their interest in this matter. You are pledging support to the government to fight terrorism, and the government has told you there is no terrorism in their country, or even there is, it's minimal, it's not a problem. So what are you supporting? Even the Chinese, you say you want to support the Nigerian government, and I've seen the government officials, some of them, most especially Nyesom Wike, say if America is coming to support Nigeria with technology, he will support them. Do Nigeria actually need support? What support does Nigeria need that they've never gotten? There is not. Nigeria have gotten all the support. How has it ended? Look at the news I'm displaying again now. This is coming from a US lawmaker. He said Nigeria has got billions of dollars in military assistance, yet failed to address killings. Could not protest Christians, because I don't know why America is so much concerned about Christians. This is the religious part I don't enjoy, I don't like. They are destroying Nigerians. That should be the word. Don't be particular about a certain religion. It doesn't make any sense. So a US lawmaker is telling the world that Nigeria has gotten billions of dollars in military assistance, but yet failed to address the taking of lives of Nigeria. So which support can you possibly give to Nigeria in a crime that they are part of? It doesn't make sense. Okay, look at the killings in Benue. What happened in Benue? It is no longer news that the authority, both the federal government, down to the state level, down to the local authority in Benue, knew well in advance before the attack. Even a day to, they were notified. And what did they do? Nothing. Obviously nothing. So you are still there believing that Nigeria, they need help. When they get help, Nigeria need help to cut Gumi to size. Nigeria need help when Boko Haram come out in the broad daylight and they were warmly received in a peace negotiation or in a peace whatever. So I don't get it. Now, the whole world is actually seeing Nigeria for who they really is. They are even seeing Nigeria now better than Nigerians know. Let's watch this video.
You cannot ignore the fact that there is Nigerian government complicity with these attacks. You saw some of our journalists in the documentary. We wanted to be an organization that tells the truth about what's happening in Nigeria, hence truthnigeria.com. I want to just kind of let everybody know and help you understand how Nigerian news works. If a Nigerian government official does not call for a news conference, the event did not exist. So in order for the narrative to get to the mainstream media, get picked up by Al Jazeera, get picked up by CNN, everything else, it comes from a Nigerian government source. From the very beginning, they determine the narrative. The reporters regurgitate the government narrative. We decided to be a voice and try to help change that paradigm and created Truth Nigeria to document what is actually happening. How many of you guys know that there were 10 Christians killed in Kaduna just the other day? How many of you know that there were 30 Christians killed in Plateau just a week ago? How many of you know that besides the 280 Christians that were killed in Yellowwater on June 13th, we are now about over 500 Christians that have been killed total since Yellowwater? No one knows. The media is not reporting it. Well, that's why we formed Truth Nigeria, to talk about what is going on. But also, what we pointed out in the documentary that I'd like everybody to realize is that Truth Nigeria had information that the attack on Yellowwater was going to occur 3 weeks before the attack happened. Now, when we get a terror alert, we find information, we know attacks are going to occur, our method is we issue a terror alert on our website, truthnigeria.com, but we also immediately call the local authorities. We notify the Nigerian military, the DSS, the Nigerian government, to let them know this is what we found out, this is our intelligence. Now, a day before the attack, we got word that there's movement happening. They are mobilizing, and they are coming for Yellowwater. So the day before, our team notified the government, the local authorities, the army, the police, and said, hey, there's movement, they're coming, watch out. What happened? Absolutely nothing. The government stood by and did nothing.
So I'm sure you heard that. You were able to understand the English, right? You heard everything that man said. Nigerian government think they can lie, whereas there is a searchlight from within and outside this country seeing the activities that is going on. Now, from everything the white man said in that video, one thing we must all look towards. We must focus on this area, and that is the area why Nigerian government is so bitter towards social media. When you see the Sultan of Sokoto, any other person who has called for the destruction of social media, this is the reason why you must mark them as a principal enemy to the progress and betterment of Nigeria. Now, the part he said that took me so much is when he said, if the Nigerian government official did not call for a news conference, the event did not exist. As far as the Nigerian government is concerned, they believe that if it is not coming from them, then it doesn't happen. This is exactly why they hate the social media. See, you as a Nigerian, whenever the Nigerian government tamper with the social media, I don't know what to say, but just be ready. Because if not for social media, we are finished. This is what they are observing from outside. Because the Nigerian government lies a lot. They always want to dictate the narrative. They want it to be that is what they tell you that you project to the mainstream media, and that's what flies. And they lies a lot. They don't know how to say the truth. It's really unfortunate. Oyibo see us, they see us finished. They know us. Before America and Donald Trump decide to step in, they already know. They know better. So for those of you saying Nigeria need help, Nigeria don't need help. Give Nigeria all the weapons in America to fight Boko Haram. They will hand them over to Boko Haram and still be begging to negotiate with them. A failed country is a failed country. Nigeria, under this Bola Ahmed Tinubu, I've never seen a government this bad.
This is the worst government